Can you throw out some of the questions you have? And I can obviously go all day talking about reference-based pricing. There's various models. There's various things that are good. There are various things that are risky about that model, but I'm happy to spend more time on the questions you have versus trying to digest the slides. Yes? Go ahead.
That can be either or.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and there's three models for ELAP now. There is the traditional audit and defense hospital. There is the negotiating model for the hospital systems. And now there's also a professional or a physician repricing model as well that I'll talk a little bit about. So all three of those are up and running with population in them. We also have a relationship with Imagine Health. So we're doing contracts with hospital systems in various markets with two requirements. One, they have to be able to give us rates that are more competitive than typical BUCA in that marketplace. And two, they have to be willing to have a discussion with us around the quality of the care that's being delivered, and not just the hospital, but also the doctors that are attached to it. Not yet. So the issue with Atlanta, we've had multiple conversations with pretty much all the hospital systems here. They're willing to talk, but they're not willing to give rates that make sense for us to do a contract. The other issue is we don't get a lot of pushback in Atlanta, and I'll talk about that under the models that we're on. There's what they say, and then there's what they do, and I'll show you where the pushback is as well. So the question is the member's perspective on prospective versus retrospective reference balance board. Okay. So let's start with the negotiating upfront piece and what that really is. So negotiating upfront in the reference-based models that do that is can be cut into various pieces. In a lot of cases, what's happening is that they will make a phone call on pre-cert, or they will do it during pre-cert. They're talking to either the hospital admissions people or the doctor's office who handles the admissions, and they're sending them something saying, we're going to pay this much money. That's not the billing department. They have nothing to do with the billing department. So let's say they are successful and someone pushes back at that point in time. What you're generally saying is you're going to talk to somebody that has already met with the doctor, has already scheduled an appointment for a procedure, has already decided on the hospital where that procedure is going to take place, and now you're going to go back to that person and say, because your doctor's not going to play nice, you're going to have to change. So there's really limited opportunity to change people's minds at that point in time. So there's disruption that comes along with that. Yes, they are successful at pushing a lot of paper out the window and getting it into the doctor's office. No, they're not as successful in terms of changing the patterns of care to doctors that are more willing to accept a reference-based pricing model. So that's one issue you have to look at. Retrospective is more successful in our world than prospective. So we're always looking at things after the fact as opposed to prospective, but we are starting to do some during implementation negotiation with high volume providers to make sure that they're aware of what the plan is looking like, what it's going to do, how it's going to work, what we pay those physicians under a professional model, so that you're warming the market up to it as well. Okay? Was there another question? You guys, I saw you kind of scratching your head when you were saying that there wasn't that much pushback in Atlanta.
A lot of pushback.
Okay, was it in one particular hospital? Okay, so there are, so I'll show you a map that shows where we are getting pushback and where we aren't in Atlanta as well. Any other questions about reference-based pricing before I start? All right. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this slide. This is stuff you guys all already know. You know, the cost of healthcare is a challenge for everybody. Whether you're with a Blue Cross Blue Shield plan, an Aetna plan, whether you're with a TPA, unless you're doing something about hospital costs, the costs keep going up. And it's not just cost to the plan, it's cost to the members that's creating problems. When you're also talking about costs or challenges, the hospital systems themselves have challenges as well. Before I came to ELAP, I worked for a company called SleepMed, and we had a lot of contracts with hospital systems to run their sleep labs. And we had Medicare contracts, we had Medicaid contracts, and we had regular BUCA contracts. Every other year, Medicare would come back and they would reduce the amount that they were paying the hospitals for those services. So the hospitals are challenged by the federal government and Medicare rates. There are different hospitals that have challenges because they've got more indigent care. So everybody is challenged by the raising of hospital costs, not just the members, not just employers.